Guys, and I am here for some awesome game day bingo. I am super excited to be here with you guys live in this very first game as we are getting on after it. I'll be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/Pilot TV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So if you guys are checking out those awesome streams, shoot out a message to one of those streams and I'll shoot you out some luck as you get on after it. We have just 5 seconds before we are in this upcoming matchup with $13,173 available in total prizes. Looking great as we got that major prize at 51 balls or less. We'll definitely keep our eye out on that. Sitting at a nice $3,000 total, 10 grand on the mega and $50 on the minor. And if you guys don't regularly come out for this game day bingo, we always have a lot of fun playing game day bingo from during this time as we try and give out that minor jackpot all the time. Every time it does not go out, it clicks up 2 balls, getting more exciting each and every game until it ends up going out. As soon as it goes out, it reverts back to 52 balls or less, and we watch that jackpot grow once again. The major prize, it clicks up in ball count every $1,000, and the mega prize clicks up every $10,000. As we continue to get after in this game, though, I'd like to highlight some big cash winners from our past few days, as we've given out 14 jackpots over the last 7 days, 56 jackpots during the season 15, and we saw 2 of those awesome jackpot prizes just hit your guys' iPads on a lovely Monday. The first Monday jackpot went out to Dinarski over at the roadside, taking home $7,006. An awesome jackpot prize going out to you, $7,000. That was definitely an exciting major prize to hit a lucky player's iPad. But that wasn't the only prize that we saw hit a lucky player's iPad, as we saw the largest jackpot of the day go out, as $51,420 went out to Quick over at JR Mac. Great job to you, Quick, taking home that $50,000, as that $50,000 may be the largest jackpot so far given out in this season 15. And I'm going to have to say that is correct. I do not see any other jackpots to quite that size, as $51,000 tops the cake, largest jackpot so far in this season 15. Congratulations to you, Quick. We'll hope to give out some more great jackpot prizes in this game right here. But in this specific game, we have $8 going out to one of these lucky players, as that minor, major, and mega prize will be growing and rolling into a game number 2. Phil M over the Sportsman's Pub will be taking home our Musco prize of $8, as we now get enrolled into this game 2. In game 2, that minor prize will be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, getting more exciting as we get enrolled. If you guys aren't getting enrolled, maybe prepare for the icy delights of winter by checking out the newest eTab game, Raging Snowman. You can immerse yourself amidst the snowstorm, engage in the exciting snowball toss, and take home huge prizes while you're doing so. It's definitely a lot of fun, a great new eTab game that has some awesome, awesome prizes available for you guys to get on after. We definitely love that awesome eTab game, Raging Snowman. And, the one question that I've seen asked out there on Raging Snowman is, have you ever seen the lightning storm in Raging Snowman? Yes, I have seen a lightning storm in Raging Snowman, and hopefully we could see it go out. Well, have you seen a lightning storm in a lightning in a snowstorm? That was the actual question, as I'm getting all over the place with my statement. Have you ever seen lightning in a snowstorm? Yes, there is lightning in snowstorms, and it doesn't just appear in that awesome new eTab game, Raging Snowman. It can also happen in real life as well. It's just very, very rare. But back to Raging Snowman, if you guys want to leave a review on that newest eTab game, you can leave that review on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. While you're there, maybe give us a like and follow so you can stay up to date with more Pilot Games info. As you can see, weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, as well as those awesome new eTab previews where you can leave those comments. Also, check out the website link at the top of our Facebook page. That's our link tree. It has all the info you need, including bar locations, other social media links, and more there as well. So just the hub of all things Pilot Games, right available for you guys on that Facebook page. Hopefully you're checking it out. We have just 40 seconds before we are in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. In this game number 2, we have that $58 minor jackpot sitting at 54 balls or less, 51 balls or less for the major prize at $3,000, and $10,000 for that mega at 45 balls or less. As we are getting on after it, I'm going to be highlighting the awesome bingo schedule we have in store for today, as this is only game number 1 of Game Day Bingo. We're going to be playing quite a bit of this as we get after it. 12 games of live Game Day Bingo that I'm going to be here with you guys for, as we're going to play this from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. Ending off at 1 p.m., we'll switch on over to your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. That opportunity at 1 p.m. will have $115,409 on the line, and that should be an awesome opportunity for the largest jackpot available today. Then from 1 all the way till 4, you'll hop back into Game Day Bingo, getting after that minor, major, and mega prize, whatever I wasn't able to give out during this 12 to 1 time. At 4 p.m., you switch back over to your second shot at Lucky 4 Bingo. Another opportunity at $115,000 and could be even $116,000 by the time you get enrolled at 4 p.m. if it didn't go out at 1. From 4 all the way till 6, that's when I will be back once again with Jordy trying to give out some awesome Game Day Bingo prizes during our happy hour action. That happy hour bingo runs from 4 to 6 as we play 23 games of Game Day Bingo, trying to give out those amazing prizes. Ending right at 6 p.m., we got that awesome Lucky 4 Bingo prize available, as that will be the largest jackpot available today if it didn't go out at 1 or at 4, as it would have continued to grow throughout the day, and it will be available at $115,000, maybe even bigger at 6 p.m. From 6 all the way till 10, you normally play Game Day Bingo from 6 all the way till 10, but that is not the case on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So tonight, make sure you guys are coming out for a PGL special night. That is a MegaSota game night. That gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki should be there giving out a boatload of PGL points, along with some amazing jackpot prizes, ending off with a grand finale jackpot of $24,448 that you could take home in 54 balls or less. Should be a great time playing that awesome action in MegaSota game night. Get started tonight at 6:40. But you guys can also come out for tomorrow night's Wilds Wednesday. If you love that PGL action and you weren't able to make it out tonight, or you just want to come out for a night of that tournament style bingo, come out from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Me and Jordy are always there, giving out a bunch of PGL points on those Wednesday nights, as well as some great prizes. My personal favorite game in that one is the high-low matchup that starts right at 7 p.m., where the first player in the state takes home a first place prize and the last player in the state takes home a first place prize. But we do have a winner here, as I have never seen it hit 70 balls, and we're not seeing it hit here, as 69, winning at 69 balls dropped. $6.20 is split up between 3 different players. Lisa over the Sunshine Depot, Bender over at the Maple Lake Bowl, and Bob is playing over at Spinner's Bar. Great job to each and every one of our winners in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo, as we now get enrolled into a game number 3. In this game number 3, we have a minor jackpot sitting at 56 balls or less. $63 available there as we continue to get enrolled. As you guys are getting enrolled, I'm going to be celebrating some national days with you guys. As we celebrate on January 23rd, we encourage we celebrate National Handwriting Day, as it encourages us to put the pen to paper and write out our thoughts. According to the Writing Instrument Manufacturers Association, it is a chance for all to re-explore the purity and power of handwriting. Definitely a great one on today. We get so caught in the world of typing emails, everything off of your computer. It's an awesome day to maybe take your time and write out a letter, maybe send out to some family instead of shooting that text out to check in with them. Maybe you send a letter out to check in with them, as that personal handwriting can just mean that little bit more towards that person. There's a lot of reasons to use handwriting on today. With technology speeding up writing processes and making communication more efficient worldwide, we're something to be said for writing thoughts longhand. Whether it's a journal, notes, or even letter to someone, the act of writing with pen and paper is supremely actile and patient practice. If it does anything, it forces the body and mind to slow down and resynchronize. Look around in mere seconds. Letters and words form when we text a or email. Phones submit our voices in real time. Once sent or said, those words cannot be recalled. Meantime, writing longhand feels like taking a deep bath. Jumbling thoughts must be sorted before ink spills onto the white page. They must count, be worthy of the line to fill it. If it's an exercise in faith and requires practice too. A very cool way of looking at writing there, as as living in a day and age where typing has been the majority of any kind of writing I've ever done. Even when I was in school, basically at the start of trying to think around eighth grade, seventh grade, maybe even sixth grade. It probably was closer back to sixth grade, starting to type those papers and no longer handwriting those papers ever anymore. I randomly would do the rough draft on a piece of paper, but even at that point, a lot of my rough drafts had turned into just online Google Docs, Word document type projects. And so it's definitely something that I would like to get myself back into, as my handwriting has never been the strongest. And it's always, I just got kind of, I transitioned right to typing instead so that I didn't ever have to, get that good at writing. And so maybe today I can, take my time to do a little bit better at writing, as I'm someone who likes to delete, retype, as I make a ton of different typos. And so to actually be so intentive with that action and making sure that I end up, writing the right thing, making sure that I think through all my thoughts before I put the pen to paper, it's just a really good practice that you can take to your everyday life. Well, happy National Handwriting Day. Maybe hop into a journal, write down something, maybe write a short story, or just create a random story for your kids. If you have kids out there and you're playing Pilot games, I know one of my favorite things was my dad. He would make up stories for us all the time, and it was so iconic. Now that character has been passed down to my little cousins that now get those stories that my dad used to tell to us, but none of the stories actually correlate with the old stories, as he doesn't remember any of them. But they were such classics for us, and for us to be able to bring those back to our little cousins feels like it would be really, really special. And so maybe we write down that cool little made up story that you made for your kids. We do have Arnaka over at Beer Stoop in Grove Heights taking home a nice must go prize of $9.20 in this game number 3. Good job to you, as we now get enrolled into this game number 4, I should say, of Game Day Bingo. In this game 4, that minor prize will be clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. We just saw that prize go out at 58 balls. So we'll see if we can do that once again in this game right here. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming matchup. As I was talking about, National Handwriting Day, and one of those things that I definitely encourage anybody who's like one of those fun. They make up stories for their kids, and they have a like character that's iconic to their children that they continually make up stories. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but my dad got really into it, and now my cousins get to hear those stories. I get asked to tell the stories about this made up character, as I can put together some semblance of a story of this character just because I've listened to my dad for years growing up tell these stories, but I just make them up on the spot as I do. Maybe I need to write them down so that it ends up happening. Well, definitely happy National Handwriting Day. Take out the pen and paper and actually write for yourself longhand instead of doing all that typing that you were always doing. Next up, it's National Pie Day. National Pie Day on January 23rd celebrates one of a nation's favorite desserts. No matter how you slice it, pie is just about any form makes a crowd happy. Fruit pies, berry pies, cream pies, they all are mouth-watering servings of homemade goodness. Definitely a great one on today. I love a chocolate cream pie. That is one of my favorite desserts of all time. It's one of those desserts that my grandma used to make me every single birthday. So and it was yearly, every single time when they would come over for my birthday, they would bring a chocolate cream pie, and I'd be so excited because she had a special recipe. I even have now that recipe printed out on a little plaque in my kitchen, and so it's an awesome one on today. One of my favorite desserts of all time, coming from that chocolate cream pie. But I think there's lots of different great desserts there. Last little add into the chocolate cream pie: Oreo crust is supreme when it comes to the chocolate cream pie. You add in that Oreo crust, it makes a complete difference when you talk about those pies. It's delicious. Definitely a awesome one on today, but there's tons of different pies that are delicious. Apple pies are awesome, as those pair some of the best with a nice scoop of vanilla ice cream. I've never gotten into berry pies. That has never been something that I've gotten too into. I do like a good gosh, I'm blanking on a good pumpkin pie. That's always delicious. Throw a little bit of whipped cream on that, and ooh, so good. Well, happy National Pie Day. Enjoy some good pie on today, as it is the national day we're celebrating. And maybe you're right about your love of that pie. We have balls dropping though in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. We're working on some nice jackpot prizes. As we got $84 on that minor jackpot. We're going to be trying to give out in 58 balls or less. We just saw in that last game that must go prize go out at 58 balls or less. Maybe we can give out the minor this time around. My major prize is at 51 balls or less, $3,142. And then the mega prize, still looming in the back, $10,000 you can take home in 45 balls or less. As you guys are getting after it, we do have a little bit of Twins news, as we've been kind of doing some fun Twins trivia recently. The question of today is, what Twins player won the AL batting title in 2006? I'll repeat it one more time. What Twins player won the AL batting title in 2006? If you guys do know that answer, head on over to the Pilot Player Connect app, leave a comment on there, and I will review it. I'll tell you if you got the answer correctly. I'll be waiting for you guys to leave that comment on that Player Connect app. If you do, then I'll tell you if you got it right. As we wait for your answers to come in, I'm going to be talking about an awesome ETAB game that we teamed up with the Twins for. As we teamed up with the Minnesota Twins to create an awesome ETAB game called Twins Win. You could even pick out a lucky batter in the home run derby bonus round, where you can take home some grand slam prizes if you pick out that lucky batter. Too bad none of those lucky batters are Harmon Killebrew, as you would almost be guaranteed a nice home run jackpot if you were able to pick him in that one. But back to our Twins trivia, as the Twins player who won the AL batting title in 2006. Do we have any answers? Going once, going twice. Well, the answer to that question was Joe Mauer. In the 2006, Mauer batted a .347, beating Derek Jeter, who batted a .343. Definitely impressive stuff from Joe Mauer. But we do have a winner here, as an impressive $11.80 must go is getting split up between 3 different players: Kojo, No Show, and Sam. Kojo's over at the Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids, No Show at McPete's Sports Bar, and Sam over at Sherwood Lounge. Great job to each and every one of our players, as we now get enrolled into a game number 5. Game 5, it gets intense. Over $100 on that minor jackpot, as we finally hit triple digits in that minor prize, as well as that minor clicking up from that 50 ball count to now 60 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled. As you guys are getting enrolled, I'm going to be actually highlighting a little bit of info that you guys are competing for right now. As you guys play Game Day Bingo, you earn points towards the Game Day Bingo standings. And since it's so early in the season, only 23 days into this season 15, there's a lot of ties and a lot of shakeups that have already happened. Starting off in 9th place in these Game Day Bingo standings, we have previously unranked, shooting into these standings, Hi Jen over at JR Mac with 12,000 points. With 13,000 points, we have a 2-way tie between previously 4th place player Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge and previously 6th place player Rock Ryder at the Incline Station Bowling Center, both now in 7th place. Fifth place, we find ourselves with another tie, as both these players have 14,000 points. As not ranked, moving into fifth place, Cheese over the Beartown Lounge tied it up with the former fourth place player Stingray over at the Lodge on Lake Mazaska. Getting pushed back from third into fourth, we have Snowflake over at Eagles Rochester with 15,000 points. And we don't call him this name for no reason. High Rise Brizo was able to shoot up from sixth into third place over at the Underground Bar and Grill, now sitting with 17 points. With 24,000 points in second place, we have Ben W. over at the L&M Bar. As our number one player is none other than our reigning champion from season 14, Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with 60,000 points, leading the charge in this season 15. Great job to you, Call Me Jen. We can't wait to see if you can remain being the number one player in Game Day Bingo in this season as we get after it. Just 15 seconds before we get after it in this game number 5 of Game Day Bingo with a 60 ball or less minor jackpot. You will not want to miss out. But now, time to those top locations while playing Game Day Bingo. As the best locations at playing this great game start off with ninth place, a three-way tie between Moe's, Eagles Albert Lay, and Beer Stoop Invergrove Heights. Each and every one of those locations sit with 23,000 points. With 24,000 points in seventh place, we have the previously ninth place location, Duffy's Bar and Grill, tying it up with the already in seventh place, Double Wide. Sixth place was a big riser, as moving from unranked into that spot is the Underground Bar and Grill with 25,000 points. 26,000 points for fifth place, previously in seventh, breaking out of that tie with the Double Wide. It's the Medford Liquor Store. Fourth place, getting pushed back from third, we have VFW Spring Lake Park with 29,000 points, as they get pushed out of a tie with Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, who now has sole possession of third place with 34,000 points. With 39,000 points in second place, we have the L&M Bar. And our number one location, home to our number one player, it's JR Mac. They sit with 87,000 Game Day Bingo points so far this season. Congratulations to JR Mac leading the charge in these standings. Home to Call Me Jen, the number one player and reigning champion. But the reigning champion in the location standings is actually Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, sitting in the back with 34,000 points. We saw a very similar instance happen to this last season, where in the first month we saw JR Mac lead the charge, but Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards slowly work their way back in. We'll see if they can do that once again in this season 15. But back to our current game we're playing right here, right now, as we got almost 50 balls dropped in this one. 3 balls away for Phil M, as we got a minor jackpot at 60 balls. We got 7 balls to try and give out this nice prize, as Nan is 100% in line to be able to take this one home. That mega and major prize will not be given out in this matchup, as we wait to see, can this prize end up going out? It feels like we're getting too close. Right here, last opportunity at the 60th ball. No, we're moving on to a must-go prize of $22.90. Very, very surprising, as we had players so close all the way through. And one of those players was Nan. Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. You are taking home a must-go prize, but I know you had your eye out on that minor jackpot. $22 in this game going out to you. Maybe use some of that cash to buy into this next matchup, a game number 6 of Game Day Bingo, as this matchup will have a minor jackpot at 62 balls or less, and only growing in cash amount. Should be a fun matchup to get after, as we still have that major at 3,000 and mega at 10,000. As you guys get on after in this game, I'd like to highlight our E-tabs. We actually have one of our newer E-tab games that I'd like to highlight, Sherlock Holmes. It offers 3 bonus rounds where that can keep you on the edge of your seat. Definitely check that out and see what kind of jackpots you'll be taking home. If you guys don't like Sherlock Holmes, though, we have over 70 different Charitable eTab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. With awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games, we'd love to see what you're taking home. Definitely check out those awesome E-tabs. My personal favorite E-tab game of today is going to be going bananas, as we love the monkey-themed E-tab game, and we'd want to shoot out some luck to anybody who is out there playing that awesome E-tab. As we have just 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game, like I said, 62 balls or less for this minor prize. It's at $145. Hopefully we can give it out in this awesome matchup. As we highlight this matchup, though, I do have a little bit of music history I'd like to talk about, as we have some very fun days in music history that span from all the way from 1986 to 2010 on today. Let's start off with that earlier one, 1986, as the first inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are announced. It includes some huge names, as you got Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry, as well as Fats Domino. Definitely an amazing list there of people getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and to have the king of rock and roll getting inducted into the Hall of Fame feels right in that first induction of all time. So definitely a cool one on today in music history. Is a lot of those three people made their name through a bunch of big hits. Maybe listen to a little Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry, Fats Dominoes on today as we celebrate them getting inducted into that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the first inductees in 1986. We have just 5 seconds before we are in this upcoming game. Make sure you guys are still getting enrolled and pressing play, as we're hoping to give out a minor jackpot in a game 6. As balls start to fall in this game, I hop into our second day in music history. The second one is on today in 1998. The Spice Girls movie, Spice World, hits theaters in America and more. Definitely a fun one on today. One of those you just don't really think about in music history, as I never have watched it. But starring the Spice Girls, obviously, you got Mel B, Mel C, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, Posh Spice, all those great hits. But you also add in some funny actors and actresses as well into that Spice World movie, as you have Alan Cummings from the great show Spy Kids. He hosts The Traitor, Son of the Mask. He's also in the X-Men series, GoldenEye. He's in those big works for him. So Alan Cummings. You also have Hugh Laurie, which he is just an interesting actor as well, as he plays House in the show House. He's also in The Night Manager, Little Stewart, and a few other. I forget he plays the dad in Little Stewart. That's a weird thing for him to play House as well as the dad in Little Stewart. Never have made that connection before in my life, but definitely interesting stuff there as they starred along the Spice Girls in the movie Spice World, which was released on today in 1998. Funny stuff. We see a lot of music artists now be in movies all the time, but this was definitely more of a movie based on those hit singers. So it's definitely a cool one on today in music history. Last thing, well, actually, we have a winner. $146.44 is going out to Mixter over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill at 54 balls. Congratulations to you, Mixter, as you're we could have seen some other prizes go out at that point, as the major prize randomly gets to that, and sometimes the mega. But good job to you taking home $146 in this game number 6. I'll be taking a break as you guys play the next 2 games of Game Day Bingo, but I'll be back in just a little bit to give out some more great prizes, as well as announce the winners from the games I miss. Hello, guys, and I am back for some more of this awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys as we just have about four more games of game day bingo left. Should be a lot of fun as we get on after these next final games that we will be getting after as we get enrolled into this next matchup of game day bingo. I would like to highlight our winners from those two games that I ended up missing. We saw a nice $39 Moscow prize go out 2 games ago to Arnaka over at Bierstube Invergrove Heights. Congratulations, taking home $39 on that Moscow prize. As we now as we work on some nice prizes here, 56 balls or less for that minor jackpot. But highlighting our other winner from that game, as we were able to see a great prize of $10 go out to Wheels over at the Red River Event Center. Great job to you, Wheels, taking home that prize as we now work in this game right here. I do have one final little day in music history on today. Is 2010, powered by the single TikTok, Kesha debut album. Animal hits #1 in America. Big time stuff. Animal, huge album. If you're a Kesha fan, maybe listen to Animal on today as you guys are, playing at your bars. Head on over to that boombox. Pull up the great album. Well, if you guys plan on sticking around tonight for that awesome PGL specialty night, which will be happening at 6:40 tonight, playing that tournament style bingo, hopefully you get ready for those specialty nights by joining our league. Simply sign up at pgl.world, and as a member of as a PGL member, you'll compete for points and get exclusive insider info. Plus, we've got a monthly newsletter packed with tons of awesome info you won't want to miss. Some new members who just got signed up at pgl.world are Tamsmalt4, Jabber469, Killian, Rosie89, Tag, Danny Kitty, Bold Moves, McGee, Marlin, Lpen17, Drewski, Frofro, as well as City Angel 80. Congratulations to each and every one of those players getting signed up. Hopefully, we see you guys earn some PGL points tonight as we wait to see who's going to be that top performer in this season. Definitely been a lot of fun covering this awesome action. Just last season, we saw Outlaw 21 win those PGL standings. We're hoping to see that happen. See a great season once again as Outlaw competed throughout that entire season to stick it out through the end. But in this game right here, it looks like we're moving past that mega and major jackpot. The minor prize still in play in this game, but it doesn't look like it's going to go out. We'll make sure. Yeah, moving on to the $9.90 Musco prize. We'll see if any of these players take it home, as we do have player right now 1 ball away. We'll see as now player is also 1 ball away. As player over at the next door bar and lounge is taking home that Musco prize of $9.90. Good job to you, player, as we now get enrolled into a next game of Game Day Bingo. This will be a game number 10. In this game number 10, that jackpot prize of 56 balls or less is going to be clicking up to 58 balls or less as that minor creeps closer to around $50. That major prize, $3,000, you could take home in 51 balls or less, and a mega prize of $10,000 you could take home in 45 balls or less. As you get on after it, though, I'd like to highlight those PGL standings. As we start off with 10th place, Dilly Bars over at JJ's Bowl and Lounge. They sit with 232,265 points. With 233,830 points in ninth place, it's B and N over at the Rock Bottom. Eighth place is Steph and Jeff over at the Municipal Liquor Store Rogers with 236,225 points. With 248,295 points in seventh place, we have Drumsky at the Underground Bar and Grill. Sixth place is Bassy Blings at the Wheelhouse with 258,945 points. With 263,970 points in fifth place, it's Joe M at the Sandbar 2. Fourth place is Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill with 266,280 points. With 275,565 points in third place, it's Rakuda over at Devo's Sandbar. Second place is Mel 13 over at the Bell House Bar and Cafe with 288,450 points. And with 393,435 points in first place, It's none other than Jay Lob over at the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl. Great job to you, Jay Lob, taking home that first place spot, as well as all those players earning a ton of PGL points. Can't wait to see tonight what players are out there earning a ton of points, as we have only played 3 weeks of PGL action. So still, a player that hasn't even played a single PGL night may end up finishing in first place. I still believe you can do that. Now back to our location standings, as 10th place is Sandbar 2 over at Detroit Lake with 263,970 points. With 264,560 points in 9th place, it's the Pickle Factory of Nisswa. 8th place is Malone's Bar and Grill in Maple Grove with 266,280 points. With 275,565 points in 7th place, it's Devo's Sand Bar in Gilbert. 6th place is the Barrel House Bar and Cafe in Coon Rapids with 288,450 points. With 315,509 points in 5th place, it's the Riverside Store and Tavern in Litchfield. 4th place is JJ's Bowl and Lounge in North Branch with 354,455 points. With 386,820 points in 3rd place, we got the Super Bowl in Ramsey. 2nd place is the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl in St. Francis with 393,435 points. And with 457,470 points in 1st place, it's none other than the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato. Great job to you, Underground Bar and Grill Mankato, leading that 1st place spot. Can't wait to see if you guys can remain being that #1 location in these PGL standings. It's definitely been fun playing those PGL matchups, as those will get started tonight at 6:40 for a MegaSota game night. Hopefully you guys come out for those PGL points to be awarded. But in this game right now, we're trying to award some awesome jackpot prizes in this game number 10. We'll see if we can give out a $55 minor prize, a $3,000 major, or a $10,000 mega. As we wait to see who takes home this prize, we do have a little bit of wild news, as they are sitting at 20, 21, and 5 on the season. And Kirill Kaprizov had his breakout game after being injured, feeling like he couldn't get a lot going, had 3 goals for a 2nd career hat trick. That definitely gets you heated back up, as Joel Eriksson Ek had a tie-breaking goal in the 3rd period to lead the Minnesota Wild to a 5-2 win over the Carolina Hurricanes on Sunday. Jake Middleton also scored for the Wild in their 3rd win in 4 games after losing 8 of 9. Phil Gustafsson stopped 40 shots. These are the type of games that we won last year. We haven't really found a way to win this year, Gustafsson said. We've got 2 or 3 on this road trip, and it's some playoff teams that we have been playing against. Hopefully, we can build on it. Absolutely agree. We want to get past that 500 mark and get into that plus ratio, as sitting at 20, 21, and 5 on the year is just not where we want to be. Getting at that 22, 25 wins over should be awesome, as we hopefully pull this thing together. We do have a big-time player, long-time player. Good to see you, Loser Dave, over at Moe's in Mounds View, taking home a nice Musco prize of $12.30. Great job to you, Loser Dave, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. This is a game number 11 of Game Day Bingo, with a minor prize sitting at 60 balls or less. You will not want to miss out. Back to our Minnesota Wild, as we are so excited that they are finally looking good once again. They had a really struggle start of the season, as the Minnesota Wild just couldn't get anything going under Dean Evanson. It just had felt like setback after setback for us. Then we get John Hines. He comes in and we go on an amazing stretch of games, winning out for about 10 games in a row. And then injuries just started to pile up on us, where we got to the point where we were playing guys that should have never made it on the ice, if I'm being completely honest. But now that we're getting back healthy again, we're seeing some of those stars make those big plays, like Kirill Kaprizov going out there and getting a hat trick for us in that matchup. Just proves how good he was playing. I mean, also shout out Joel Eriksson Ek, who had 2 assists and a goal. Very impressive stuff. 2 assists from Brock Fabers, our great young player that's out there doing some good work. So definitely a all-around play by our guys, but getting it to the hot hand Kirill was definitely the right answer. We have a game coming up tonight, as we are going to be be actually taking on the Capitals at 7 p.m. This will be in Minnesota for that matchup, as the Capitals are 22, 16, and 6 on the year. Hopefully, we can lead them to 22, 17, and 6 on the year, as we can move to 500 after tonight, hopefully, and get to that 21, 21, and 5 marker. If you guys want to send some luck out to our Wild, maybe check out the Slap Shot bonus round in our awesome, great game that's themed after our Wild. Let's go Wild. See if you can take home those jackpot prizes while playing, and let us know how you like it. Just 40 seconds before we are in this game number 11 of Game Day Bingo. Just a friendly reminder, I'm only going to be here live for 12 games of Game Day Bingo. So make sure you guys get enrolled in these last few games, as I want to give out at least one more minor jackpot before we head on over to that Lucky 4 Bingo at 1 p.m. As you guys are being enrolled into these great jackpot prizes, here's just a friendly reminder that when playing Pilot games, don't forget to share those awesome picks with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces. If you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up that iPad and show off your happy face with that jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You can also send us pictures of you playing with your friends, your favorite bartender. You could share your picks by you can share your picks. You can either direct message them to us on Facebook, post them with the hashtag Pilot Games, or email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We can't wait to see all the fun moments you capture. Definitely some awesome stuff there. We love those player pictures. It's one of our favorite things we get to see during our great bingo plan day. We just highlighted an awesome player picture as we saw a great player take home a nice $7,700 prize, as we highlighted Debbie, who took home that awesome jackpot while playing over at Adams American Legion Post 146. Well, congratulations to you, Debbie, taking home that prize, as well as sending in a awesome photo of you playing some of that bingo. As if that was $770, I think I can tell you who that winner was, as they were playing that game day bingo. That $770 went out to Big Dog Worm. Well, great to see that Big Dog Worm was able to take home, was able to send in an awesome player picture, as we will be highlighting you later on in the broadcast. 40 balls dropped in this game as we are working through this game number 11. I do have a little bit of Vikings news I can hop into, as we are going to be checking out 4 routes that the Vikings could take to find their QB in 2024. Yes, there's 4 routes, and it's going to be a very interesting thing, that trying to decide which route we take, as I think there's a few different situations that have to go down before we even decide which route we're going to take. There's probably some good options within each route that we may choose if that option does present itself. And we'll be going over in just a second. Before I go over that, I do want to highlight our winner in this game, as we are coming down to the close of this matchup. Bob with only 2 balls away. Hopefully we see this go out before 60 balls hits, as here's our final opportunity for that minor jackpot of $72. No, our jackpot's growing and rolling into the final game that I'll be here with you guys live. Game Day Bingo game number 12. So get enrolled, press play, as we got that 62 ball or less minor jackpot in this upcoming game, as $13.40 is going out in this game to Mikester over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill. Good job, Mixter, as we now get enrolled into this final matchup of lunchtime Game Day Bingo. As you guys get enrolled, I'm going to hop it into those 4 routes that the Vikings could take to find their QB in the 2024 draft. If you are one of those great players and you want to express your opinion to me about that draft, I would love to know. So head on over to that Player Connect app, leave some messages. I'll talk about whatever you leave in, who you think what we should do with that whole entire QB situation. But we'll start off with the first option that we could do to solve this QB solution in 2024. And that's bring back Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has made statements that he wants to win. He doesn't just want to chase the bag. He's gotten a lot of money throughout his years. He has the luxury of being able to take a pay cut so that he can play on a better team. Now, there are good teams that are going to want Kirk Cousins. Atlanta Falcons, example number 1. You replace him with Desmond Ridder with him, they instantly become a playoff contending team. I think you replace him. I think probably Patriots, you're looking at their perfect case scenario is that they end up drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. and signing Kirk Cousins. That's probably where they end up having some semblance of a rebuild that looks promising. So there's going to be a heavy offer sheet for Kirk Cousins. If he wants the money, it's going to be available for him, as I think he's the crown jewel of this quarterback free agent class. And so it's going to be interesting. I hope that he just wants to stay in Minnesota, keep his house, keeping his kids in the same school. I think it's a smart reason to do it, and hopefully, Kirk Cousins just ends up being a lifelong Viking at that quarterback position. I think that also another option is the free agent quarterback. Now, there are a few free agent quarterbacks. My favorites are probably running along the line of a Baker Mayfield or Gardner Minshew. Those are two guys that can go out there, bring you spark plays. They're guys who can go and win playoff games, as we just saw Baker Mayfield go to the second round with Tampa. There's not many teams that have a better setup offensively than Tampa. As you got Mike Evans, you got some really good wide receivers. Vikings, one of those very few situations, as you end up throwing it to Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and Jordan Addison. So Baker Mayfield, not a bad signing. It just matters on what is his value coming out of having such a fantastic season with that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. Gardner Minshew, on the other hand, they're looking to start the rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson. So Gardner Minshew is not going to be the guy they keep their eye out on for long term. He's a guy that does, though, go out there, plays good snaps. If we're looking to this is one of those situations I'll talk about in just a little bit. But Gardner Minshew, he's probably my favorite for a combo option. But we'll talk about that after we talk about the draft. We're probably going to the draft a young quarterback. I think later on in the draft, we can definitely find that piece for us, as you can end up picking up a maybe Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy later on in the draft. And that could be a solution for you. I don't think we're going to find our day one solution, who's going to start on that opening day for us in 2023 through the draft. But I do think we can find some future solutions for us within that draft. Maybe if Jaden Daniels drops to that number 11 pick, but that's going to be even a stretch for me. But really, my favorite is a combo, as I think we have too many contracts to get into some kind of contract debate with Kirk Cousins, pay him a lot of money, and then you can't pay Justin Jefferson, Christian Darrisaw, or any of those young defensive players that we're going to want to keep around that have been playing some decent snaps for us. So what it goes down to is what I want is to draft and free agent quarterback. I don't want to find a new Kirk Cousins for us in the free agent market, but I do want a guy that can go out there and start for us for a few games. And that's going to be Gardner Minshew. I think Gardner Minshew is a great prospect to put at that starting spot for us for the first few games. One, he's a good quarterback that can win you games in the start of the season. Also, if you draft a young rookie quarterback and he ends up showing out in camp, you don't feel bad about replacing Gardner Minshew as the starter with a young rookie that's up and coming. So that's kind of my combo. I'd like to see either Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy, probably preferably Bo Nix, as he's the more accurate passer of the group. But it's all question marks there. We do have a winner here, as $97.70 is going out on that jackpot prize. XC Cross Country Moose over at Molitor's Saloon. Good job to you, Cross Country Moose, as we now get enrolled into a little bit of Lucky 4 bingo. As you guys are getting enrolled, I'd like to shout out Vikings Victory, an awesome E-Tab game themed after our Vikings, as well as shout out Big Dog Worm over at American Legion Adams. They took home $7,770, being the largest jackpot winner of the weekend. And over at American Legion Adams, they support the American Legion Post 146 Adams. Their mission is to enhance the well-being of America's veterans, their families, our militaries, and the communities by devotion to mutual helpfulness. And that's just a quick reminder that when you guys play pilot games, your community wins.